There's not been many penalties and not much passing tonight. So again, Mack goes to the far side. We only have one running wide receiver in the formation. It's going to be a toss, same play as last time. Reed is going to get this time to about the 25, 24-yard line.
67 rushing yards now. Again, like you said, starting to heat up a little bit. Getting 35 for Blanton, 67. So Gate City over 100 rushing yards. As we've got a third down and manageable 3rd and 2 from the 25-yard line of John Battle.
So,
I believe there's a wasp flying around upstairs or something.
The coaching staff is upstairs for John Battle, and they're trying to move the players in and out. And they had 12 players on the field, and the wrong player kept running off and on. And that player's motion was on the right side, and or the left side. And where do we run? We run outside the tackle box. And that's Logan Reed carrying the ball down to the 20, 15, 10, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line, guys.
Another 15 yards for him.
That was a mess up on defense right there by Battle. Battle was trying to switch out a couple players. They kept running the wrong player out, and when they come back, there was nobody on this left side. So it allowed, once Reed got the corner, he was able to get the extra 15 yards, which gets the ball down to the 7-yard line. Again, Reed's going to carry the ball and down inside the 5, close to the 3, as John Battle comes running.
Juicy has been a 2-line attack to freaking center.
4 yards.
Well, that's why
As they go, looks like it's going to be 2nd down and goal. Again, that's 4 yards for him. He's up to 86 yards, about to hit that 100-yard magic number again for Mr. Reed.
Let's see if we go to the air, even though we've been able to move the ball. We've got Blanton and Reed, the same play, the toss option with blockers in front of him. Did he make the end zone? Yes, sirree. Blanton blocking ahead, carrying the ball into the end zone was Luke Reed. That was the Luke Reed Landon Blanton drive, as one would block for the other, and they ran the same play over to the right, to the left side on that option pitch, Joe, and twice there was no containment over there, and they were able to get the corner for at least 15 yards, and that time he went untouched into the end zone. So a great scoring play by Gate City. So we're going on for the extra point. Roten is going to attempt it, but before, there's going to be a marker on the play.
Guys, that was a huge drive for Gate City. Battle came out with all kinds of momentum, took it right down the field. We responded.
That's the first sustained drive of the night, and we've been doing the unbalance to the right. It's been creating the mismatch on the left, just like we talked about. It's open for the sweep. It's open for the pitch, and so far they've been able to capitalize.
Marker was standing in neutral zone against John Battle, so we're going to attempt the extra point once more. Roten on for the kick, waiting on the snap back, hold, kick up, and this kick is good. Levi Roten's kick is good with 4:03 to go. Gate City has pulled ahead again by 11 points as they extend to 21-10. We'll take a break right now. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all of the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, "Go Big Blue!"
And we're back here from Gate City High School. Again, Gate City extends their lead 21-10 right now. Again, a 4-yard touchdown run by Luke Reed. Cap things off for Gate City as we've got a few more scores that just came in.
We do, Joe. Right now, Chilhowie has a 34-7 lead over East Side. George Wythe, all over Bland County. You called it 26-3. At last report, Abingdon and Ridgeview were still 14-10. Virginia High stretching it out a little bit now. They're up 27-0 over Lebanon.
So as we get ready to kick off with around 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, neither offense was able to move the ball hardly at all in the first half, but they've been able to. Both teams have sustained 2 fairly long drives. So as this ball's kicked off to the 20, there's running room for John Battle. Let's see if he gets a seam. He does. He's at midfield. He could be gone. He's at the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He has taken the ball all the way back, 81 yards. John Battle answers just this quick. Returning the ball 81 yards was number 7, their halfback, Zane Poe. Zane Poe carries the ball. He got that seam right there, ran to the far side, and great blocking. We weren't able to get close to him till at the 40-yard line. Once he got past the 40-yard line, he was gone, guys. Luke Reed dove for him at about the 20, and there was just no stopping him.
You know, we talked about that's the one thing Gate City's done the best on all year is special teams. They've give up that long kickoff return in the first half, and of course right there, you know, that just flips the momentum right back to Battle. Again, this John Battle team not going away as they go for the extra point.
Yes, Farley along for the extra point to cut the lead once again to 3 points. Waiting for the snap again, snap down, and this kick is going to be good. Strong kicking tonight by both teams, and the new score with 3:46 to go in the third quarter. Gate City leads now 21-17. Just that quick, the scores change. Speaking of scores, Chris, what do you have for us?
Marion has scored again. They're up 22-12 over Tazewell. Virginia High has also just scored again, 34-0 over Lebanon. Y Central still up by 6 over Lehigh. Cocke County 24-21 over Morristown East. Greenville, as we expected, they're up 49-0 over Granger County.
They need to stop right there because I called a 49-3 game, I think. So.
Well, Tennessee High has scored 35 now, so they're up over Cherokee, 35-14.
I need a field goal.
Still, Union County over Sullivan Central 7-0, and Sullivan East, the big surprise of the night, up 12-0 over Sullivan North.
The Fighting Preston Patricks, having probably some choice words at halftime for.
Elizabethton right now only up 14-7 over Sullivan South. That's a shocker to me, Joe.
Well, we talked about it. I thought they'd come out a little bit flat, and it looks like they have. Of course, Luke Pollock, you can't go against South at Death Valley.
John Battle kicking off once more as everyone's set. See if they kick it deep again, which they do. Kick it long and deep. But this is going to be returnable. I believe that's Mack who gets the ball, and he's going to get nailed. Hello. Let me introduce you to my little friend, number 44. Just laid out. That was Levi Roten actually returning the ball. Wyatt, 5'8". But he looked much bigger when he laid the smack down on Levi Roten right there as he was running full steam, and Levi turned right into him, and it was a meeting of two objects, and the one with more force won. That's science, guys. That's science. I'll try to educate a little bit tonight.
Please don't.
With 3:38 to go, Gate City again with Sally under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a toss, and we're going to get thrown for a loss as unable to make the block right there was, I believe that was John Hutchins, unable to make that block. And
Battle picked up on that. They were all over that from the snap.
Zane Poe, he stepped up. They brought the corner blitz that time, which, of course, is what blew that play up. Now, of course, what will Gate City do? We talked about that they were doing the unbalance, and now they've got to go back to something else.
It'll be interesting to see how Gate City responds here. The last time They drove it right down the field after Battle scored. Let's see what happens now.
Loss of about 4 on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 14. Let's see if we go to the air, which we do. Sally's looking. He's going to throw that pass deep down and through the hands of DeAndre Mack. That would have been an over-the-shoulder catch, but it did go right off of his fingertips at midfield. Actually, a good pass right there by Sally, just off the fingertips of Mack.
You know, he's able to get that step, but again, I've said this. Take the middle of the field. Take those shorter passes. You know, the almost Hail Marys are just we're just not completing them. But of course, it'll be interesting to see 3rd down and 15. We talked about staying ahead of the chains. Of course, we're behind them right now. It's another 3rd down conversion.
And that was pretty much a throw like the end of the game, where we were down by 30 points or something. So there's going to be a timeout called after that long passing completion. You're right, Joe. There's a slim chance of that pass being completed. We did so much better last week when we would run those little curl routes, 5 or 10 yards. They would either do the cross, the what am I trying to say? The slant.
Well, slant or the outs, or even just a skinny post, or anything other than, of course. I know Sally's got the arm and he can throw it, but I'd like to, if you're going to sustain drives, not just go for the home run, but of course, now they've got themselves in a situation where it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16, to see if they can pick this up as we.
Well, if Rob's going to teach some science, I'm going to teach a little bit of math.
Oh wow!
3 5-yard passes is more yards than 1 30-yard pass thrown incomplete.
Very well said, Chris. Talking again about the way we were able to move the ball last week, those over-the-shoulder passes worked so well as we threw to spots last week instead of just throwing to where we were hoping. Here comes a screen, and that's not going to go anywhere. They were trying to set a screen up to Reed, and not being able to make the block in time was Isaac Stapleton. And there was actually 2 John Battle players over there, and we went from being up 11 points just a few minutes ago to punting from our own end zone with John Battle able to take the lead on this next possession. So
see if Mr. Vermeen can flip the field. With right now is money time, and we need a big kick.
Again, he'll be just inside his end zone as he waits the snap. Kind of a short, wobbly kick, and he's going to be called at the 40. He's going to be at the 35, 20, and there's going to be a marker on the play. It's going to be a block in the back, and there's going to be another marker thrown.
So a block in the back this game is about, 7 yards?
Well,
for all you math majors, it's 7 yards and 6 inches.
There's 3 flags thrown. One is a block in the back, and I believe the other one's going to be a face mask on Gate City. So one against John Battle and one against Gate City. But let's see how these guys measure this. This will be interesting to watch. So, but Gate City, nevertheless, their return man was able to catch the ball on the run at about the 40-yard line and got the ball down to the 20. There was a block in the back or a hold around the 28-yard line, which allowed him to get the extra yardage. But then at the end, there was a face mask called on, I believe, the Blue Devils. So
I like that the officials are close enough that they not only are they talking about it, they're demonstrating what happened. The one official there continuously looks like he's getting face masked by himself as the Gate City players look on.
And they have like 3 footballs out there, and one of the referees is spinning the ball on his hand. So we're trying. This is called wasting radio time, as we're trying to.
Would you guys like some scores of interest?
Yes, Chris. Well, as soon as you do that, they're going to come out of their massive huddle. So, let's see what they're going to do now. The now go ahead, Chris. Because the referee's going all the way across the field.
Do they even know where to spot the ball? The one referee just keeps walking around with the ball.
I think he's going to his car to get him something to drink.
Well, Dobbins Bennett has scored again. It's 21-0 now over Morristown West. Science Hill is up 21-6 over Jefferson County. Marion, start of the third quarter, is up 22-12 over Tazewell. And Abingdon has a 3-point lead now. It's 20-17 over Ridgeview.
Yep, that's Abington at home. Ridgeview is down some starters, and that's not the same team we saw here a few weeks ago. Again, they went into their bye. Again, they had 2 linemen out, one of the receivers, and they also lost another defensive lineman